All right, so we have a coral forest with a frost modifier. Looks like we get human and beavers, which I'm always a fan of. What is the royal permit? Gain 1 additional cornerstone reroll charge. Interesting. I don't think we necessarily need that. I'm gonna grab the villagers. I'll grab some food. I thought we had more embarkation points than this. But I mean, more wood is always good. I guess it was, maybe this is always what we did. I felt like previously we had access to clay as well. But I like the idea of starting off with humans and beavers. I think Prestige 2 is fine for the moment. We're going to have this frost modifier, which is going to make our hearths a little more cozy, which I think is an interesting modifier to play with. So we'll check that out. And okay, I think other than that, I think we're ready to rock and roll. This was a fast intro. Resources have a randomized range of embarkation points. Oh, is it the node that has different amounts of embarkation points? Huh, possibly. All right, but let's do the thing. Let's get on in. We'll do our standard stuff. I'm excited to have humans and beavers. If we could pick up humans, beavers, and foxes, I think that would be very interesting. All right, so what are we up to? So +3 drizzle water production. That seems fine. Looming darkness is the same old, same old. Speed off roads decreased by 30%. So I think roads are going to be very important for us. Vanishing water doesn't seem like a huge deal. No contact. Harsh weather conditions make it impossible to reach the citadel. Gaining reputation doesn't lower impatience. Oh, interesting. Ah, I see. Oh, and then we have melancholy again. Wasn't melancholy the one that really screwed us up on the last one? Villagers of this effect have -2 penalty that resolve stacks. Yeah, okay. That's melancholy again is a bummer. But that's c'est la vie. All right, so let's see. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I found that I kind of like putting this in the middle rather than doing paths in the middle. But yeah, 6 meat nodes seems really good. We'll get a trapper's camp going right away. But I'd also like to get... So we're going to do a trapper's camp. Do a trapper's camp like that. And then we have 9 people. So... we could build some other houses, but big shelters are really great. Ooh, that is cozy. That is very cozy. So we'll build 1 big shelter and 1 shelter. Yes, this is Prestige 2. That is correct. Now, is that definitely in? Yeah, that is definitely in. Okay, so we get those going. We've got our shelter started. We have enough wood to get that going, and then see what our first blueprint looks like. Lumber mill right off the bat is a pretty spicy get. Yep, park will get made. There's one other thing I was thinking about. Can I stick you back there? Oh yeah, I haven't built my lumber camps yet. That would be what's going on. I kind of want to wait and not break into my first glades until I have a better idea what's going on. And I think... maybe to that end, actually, we want to put this over here so that we can start hollowing out this, because I think space around our hearth is going to be extremely important. There we go. We'll do that. And then like this whole area in here we can do, but I don't want to break into it quite yet. We've set that up. And then I can't imagine lumber mill not being the take, so I'm just going to take lumber mill. We also have 2 races that benefit from clothing. So there's a part of me that's like, weaver is a pretty good pickup as well because it could get us fabric, but we don't have a source of fabric material and we know we're going to be lumber milling. So I'll do that. Ooh, plantation right off the cuff, eh? Plantation is interesting. I'm going to sit on that one for a moment and let's let people start doing their construction tasks. I'd like to get the woodcutters camp done a little earlier here. Right, that's why I want to kind of hold off on it to see if we get like a high roll on either of these. Right, I mean, I want to get some of these small ones cracked open so that I can figure out what we got going on. I want, right off the cuff, let's get our 3 beavers chopping. And then the lumber mill. Do we not have the materials for the lumber mill? We have no bricks, is that true? Yeah, we have no bricks. Okay, so we need to get ourselves producing like so. And did I already make the trapper camp? I did. Okay. Let's see what our first cornerstone is. Grain bag, specialized grain farming techniques. Grain produced increases by +1 for every 20 times. It's whatever. You managed to enlist some excellent hunters. Meat production is increased by 1. Meat specialization with the meat high roll could be like a super early food infusion for us. Hope for foxes. I wouldn't mind lizards either. But meat specialization feels pretty... It feels pretty okay. Yes, there is, Totsi. Last spell will be tomorrow, and we're going to be doing another no XP run. So we'll be challenging ourselves to beat Lakeburg, at least Apocalypse 3, with 6 level 1 heroes. We do also have our first reroll now, which we did not have previously. I think early on, the meat specialization is going to do enough work for us that we should go for it and not risk it for the biscuit. Does the level of a cornerstone remain fixed in Lustrous? Awesome! Can't wait to see you there, Totsi. Thanks for swinging by and asking. Oh, so even years are guaranteed to be legendary? All right, so I wanted to see these before I started cracking into anything. So, that's not great. Deliver Amber isn't bad. The results of this are pretty good. I think Trading Post is a good one. We should get our Trading Post built, which maybe we can tuck it up here. Okay, legendaries on even years are guaranteed. Okay, so yeah, so this one, Ancient Tablets, too much RNG for my blood, so we'll grab that one. 3 trade routes completed or value of goods sold. Value of goods sold seems easier to do. Packs of crops, we just don't know yet if we're going to be doing farming strats. I don't like having to deliver 20 amber at this point, but I think I will do this. The boxes of tools aren't bad either. And then keep human resolve above 25 for 30 seconds. Or buildings specifically made for humans and beavers. We know we have humans and beavers, and we get +2 flour production. Might not be useful, but I think this one is fine. Is this saying they need 3 buildings or 3 people housed by it? I think it's 3 buildings. We will probably do this. We know we have those blueprints by default. So we're also pretty close. How close are we to... If I favored this, we wouldn't quite have it immediately. Need to build 3. Yeah, that is a little steep. And the box of grain isn't bad, and the gears are okay. All right, we'll do that. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can chop into this. And have I already made enough space for the park? I wanted to tuck the park back behind here. I did not. Okay, so let's do this, and we can put our park in here, hopefully. Okay, everybody's housed. We're building our makeshift post, which we will use to... Oh, is that it's a free move? That's a good piece of intel. Then I will just build it, I guess. I was a little worried about it getting in the way. Let's see. Let's get someone... I'm just going to put one person in here. A little concerned about our lack of... options here. I also don't want to do that because we can... Actually, do we have... We don't have the bricks or the cloth to make the lumber mill yet. So we need to get on that. We should get a harvester's camp built for exactly that reason. And then we'll be pushing the... Yeah, I'd rather not process wood into logs until we have that. Yeah, the reeds will give us clay, so I think that's the play. Okay, now this can now cozy into there. We have 2 builders left. Might as well extend these paths. We know we're going to do that there. We'll do this here because we're going to crack into this. Okay, you're not doing anything. So for now, we'll do that until we start to get some work done. I just assume. Okay, hearth gets leveled up. At the moment, we have a beaver in here. Does that make sense? What is the beaver specialization bonus? Fuel consumption decreased. For the moment, I think we're better off with impatience grows slower. We probably should have swapped that over immediately. Yeah, and I'm gonna save the plantation to see if we get farmland in either of these. We've cracked into that. Oops. Wrong key. We'll do that. Now let's see. What did we get here? We got herb nodes, paths, crate, rain punk barrels, and herbalist camp. Is that what I am building here? No, it's a harvester's camp. I think we definitely want to restore this. Hey, Doppel, yes, indeed. We got a new camera angle, and when I read your messages, they show up right here. So I will be looking into the camera as I respond, hopefully. But yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. Now, rain punk barrels are just a comfort item. So So we can move those at will. And this I will bring back. I think it's worth just putting people on it. And we'll connect those paths. We're already a little having a bit of a hard time with population. How many did I put in here? We can have one person do this. So we have a couple of builders, which is going to go down to one builder. Favor humans. Are we close enough? Oh, we are close enough now. You're absolutely correct. I was looking at that earlier and we were a little bit off. And that gives us a few more people. That's an excellent call. Scouts idle at the herbalist camp. Oh, it's because I did not click investigate. There we go. Yeah, so I want to see what this one has in it. I want to see what this one has in it and this one before we go any further with. So there's some farmland and a small encampment. So having farmland now makes me like the idea of picking the plantation. So we picked the plantation. We already have an herbalist camp. So that's not that interesting. Jerky, we don't even know what our third population is going to be. The brick oven, she's a brick oven. Doesn't really do it. This might be Rerollsville. Jerky is interesting just because it is a very simple food. We have meat and we'll have wood. So there's part of me that's like smokehouse is good. Lizards and harpies eat jerky. Okay. Let's see. We have a small encampment. So for eggs that we have... Oh, harpies are going to be our number 3. Human and a harpy. I might take the amber here. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think it's good for us to take the amber to get our cash flow going. Pies, biscuits are our food priority then. Righto. A little porridge, right, is also good. Am I making a mistake by not grabbing people while I can? How close are we to finishing up the 5 seconds away? Let's see. Let's get this one moved to our next location. There we go. Porridge is only for humans? I thought it was a generic one for everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna cash this in for money. I want to have a little extra money, so we'll do that. Now we have 0 builders, which is not ideal. But I think we just chill on that. And any second now, this should be done. Oh, it is already done. All right, so we get 2 new humans, which is good. Just as we need them. Listing the outlier foods not shared by all species. I see. Pickled goods for beavers, jerky for harpies. I see. Okay, so we no longer need to favor you. We have 2 new humans, which means we do have 2 homeless as well. Now the question is, Let's get this done first, but I'm seriously considering if this plantation will be close enough to the warehouse if we put roads here for me not to bother putting another warehouse up there. That's my temptation. So we have 2 people left. Herbalist camp is going. I wouldn't mind a second person here. And I'll leave 1 person on building. Pretty close. Okay. That was my intuition. Now, back to this. Jerky for harpies is a decent one now, it feels like. Having something that does pottery is also potentially interesting. But pies is for everyone? Is that what I understood? So maybe the brick oven? But the pies require flour, which I feel like we're a long way from tech-wise. Whereas jerky, all we need is meat. Like, flour feels like a hard one. There's a temptation to reroll here. But we pick up pottery and jerky from the smokehouse. I think that's good enough. We get A-complex food, people will still eat it. And incense is nice. Yeah, I think that's true. There was our flour pickup, potentially. Now, bakery for pie and biscuits and better pottery. I think we take that, and then we're a little sad about the previous choice. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the problem. We're going to have a plantation. Doesn't plantation do roots? Hold on. Does plant fiber, which does not convert into flour. Grain roots or mushrooms. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Let's see. So we're getting this one. We still have to do this one up here. Now we're working on this, but we're working on it and we're going to get amber out of it. Plant fiber converts into oil eventually. Okay, that is good to know. Yeah, we're definitely going to struggle with that, but I think picking up a production building for that is probably good. We got more meat. We got a stormwater geyser. We got some veg. Okay, so this one was pretty much a bust. We didn't really get anything we were looking for. That was too ambitious. A chop. And we'll get our plantation up shortly, and we will at some point consider improving that. How are we? We're getting a little bit of clay and a little bit of stone. We don't have anyone here, but I do. Do we have? Is our builder idle? Looks like our builder is idle. I'll get this connected in. And then after these, we're gonna be chilling for a minute. I guess we could technically crack into these. Oh, there is a nice chain of these here. Yeah, well, I mean, is there anything else to do? Now we got herbs up here, right? Which are going to be another source of berries. I guess that wasn't that important, but... What do we get here? We got a drizzle water geyser. Okay, so we're getting some good geyser spawns. Another meat-ish type of option here. Okay, we're ready for the plantation. And we can also slap down a mine up here if we want to. Because I wouldn't mind having... God, mines are always the one where I'm like, where do you live? Why is it saying I can't place that there? Are these... Oh, stone deposits you don't put a mine on. Got it. Okay, so we should just get a stone cutter's camp. That's what we need. Okay, where are this? Okay, where are the deposits? We'll get that up. We do have some homeless. Let's get another shelter queued. Still don't have a great place to put this. All right, so we'll just leave that there for now. Now we could trade in. What was our reward for this? We pick up biscuits, gears, and tools. I think we hold off on that. What do we need for the smokehouse? Fabric, which we have enough plant fiber for. So I'll put someone in here so that at least we're generating some bricks, etc. Okay, storm is approaching. So far, our geyser RNG has been decent. I guess I should probably... We're going into the storm, so we'll at least get some plowing done. We got berries and barrels of ale, but we lack the resources for it. We also have a small cache over here. Nope, this is crates. Excuse me? Go figure. Are we resource starved? No. Do we have no builders? Yes. Let's get one of you out so we have a builder. There we go. I think for the first storm, having no harpies is probably the way to go. And I'm gonna cool it on that with the plan that when we return, we'll return to chopping over here and we'll do a little bit more. But we're still at level 0. Might as well enjoy it while it lasts. Not that muddy is actually too big a deal for us. Actually, maybe we're better off. Like, muddy is really inconsequential. We do have coal here, so we could do a little bit of mine. Yeah, I think it's not worth slowing ourselves down hostility-wise. Does this... Okay, you're just producing stuff. And you two should get this all plowed. I'm trying to decide if we want... I think we'll do a mix for now. There's a part of me that's like, maybe we should go all plant fiber. Just because we're going to have 3 that are going to want to have clothing. So clothing is a very high priority for us. We're burning through our pies. Like it's going out of style. We have harvester camp for reeds. You mean as a fabric source, right? I wouldn't mind getting this herbalist camp up and running too. Yeah, we don't have a clothing producer at the moment. Okay, we'll hold off on the newcomers for the moment. Make sure that we're getting our housing up and running. And then the smokehouse... We'll tuck there for now. That's the first. That's gonna be our first priority once we start to have some materials that are produced by this this beaver. Oh yeah, you can see the difference between roads and no roads. Our roads are a freaking nightmare at the moment, but that's okay. Ah, thank you. Get a few more people building until then. Now the geyser pumps, we do have pipes. Okay, so we can queue these up relatively early. Now that we've got stuff sorted out, I do think I'll queue up the lumber mill as well. This one is safe. What are we being offered for newcomers? We'll probably take this one. We'll take the grain and the one of each. I'm not going to grab harpies until I absolutely need to grab harpies. Because right now I don't have a lot of good uses for them. Okay, so cornerstone first. Cooking steam. If you leave rainwater for a while, it will begin to release a pleasant warm vapor. Food production speed is increased by 10% for every 50 units of drizzle water stored. We have a drizzle geyser. We have a storm and a drizzle. So we could certainly do that and keep ourselves at 20% cooking speed. Steam is bad always. Interesting. Crown is very forgiving as long as the goods keep flowing. Impatience grows 30% slower for 180 seconds every time you finish a trade route. I know that you're a big fan of this one, Unlustrous. So can you build more water storage? I didn't realize that what you have is not all that you can have. You took some of the best explorers from the smoldering city with you. Global Resolve is boosted for 5 for 180 seconds every time a new glade is discovered, but woodcutting is 33% slower until you open at least 2 glades. Huh. This would be a pretty short-lived downside. Let's see what you're offering up, my dude. So small farm gets offered up here, which we know we need a flower source. We'd have to sell a lot to get both of these. That's for sure. I'm going to welcome in the newcomers. Let's get them in. That's a lock. Now, unfortunately, our only order is not going to give us stuff, but actually take our money away. So we're not going to grab that. Let's take a look at this, though. Discover 5 glades. Ugh. This one seems like the one to go for. We're going to have packs of crops now that we know that we're potentially going to have a small farm. And we can build comfort decorations. So this one seems easy. Discover 5 glades. We've done a lot of the expansion that I think we're going to do. So I'm going to grab this one. 32 resolve, and we get ourselves a brick oven. Did we not already have a brick oven? 15% faster traders, but we have a huge turn in here. I think I'm going to hold off on this one, but I think it's going to be human population. Okay. So farm is first things first. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do the best that I can with building materials. I think bricks are the hardest one for us to come by. At the moment. We can get a couple planks, too. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. I need to get the farm. Well, that certainly ruins my fun. We can risk a few more gears. But these are all going to have to come down, too. We technically don't need... I mean, this is how much amber we need. Those line up pretty well. Grab a couple planks as a... Actually, if we can do... Looks like we can do 6 and 6. And a plank. There we go. Almost perfectly balanced. We end up taking 5, which means we can get the farm. Looks good. Now, the question is, should we just immediately tear down our plantation? Because wheat is so much more beneficial. I mean, we need the berries, though, to make the pies. So maybe we just hope for a second farmland. and leave that as that for now. But picking up the farm there is big. Good for business. We have one homeless person. You already got your fabric, so the lumber mill will get done. Beautiful. Okay, that's good. Okay, back to the cornerstones. Yes, you read my mind, Illustrious. Exploration expedition. This feels pretty good to me. I think we can crack into 2 pretty quickly. Let me take a look here. So we get this one almost immediately. And we can get this one almost immediately. That returns us to normal wood harvesting, but with a +5 global resolve every time a new glade is discovered. This might be a reroll. Yeah, I think this is a reroll. Okay, so newly discovered resource nodes have more charges, and large deposits have 15. Lost supplies. An unusual amount of supplies can be found in some glades. Gain 40 meat and 40 grain for each completed dangerous glade event. Or mist piercing. You're allowed to use legendary mist piercers. With such rare gifts at your queen's disposal, expectations are high. The content of glades will be revealed, but each discovered glade increases the queen's impatience by 0.5. Yeah, that seems good. I think what we do, though, is we hold it off until we crack into this so that we're not taking the downside. Also, we got our other farm land, which is huge. So the Rainpunk drill gives us copper ore veins. But here's our farm. Hooray. So that's huge. So yeah, so let's move this down to here. And we'll crack into this. And then we'll take mist piercers. Because we're going to take this basically no matter what. And then this one is going to need a warehouse. So we'll get that all producing.